that side, come back to this side of Nairobi.
So maybe you should tell guys where your kitchen is.
It's actually at on Kiambu Road.
Yeah.
It's a club called Kentud Address.
Nice.
I do the food business there. So so basically, you show up anytime for lunch or dinner, but yeah.
So what's the menu like? You know, what mostly? What do you cook mostly?
We actually do Kenyan food, I would say, like the mokimo, the mbuzi,
the fish.
Fish, I don't have it right now. I actually have fish fingers.
Yeah.
For the lunch menu, I want to also have that whole fish. Yeah. So normal kawa Kenyan food, that ones the one that people, no matter where you go, you'll still be craving it.
Exactly. That's nice, man. So let me ask you something. Let's go back to the basics. First of all, what inspires you to do what you do? When did you start actually cooking? You know what I mean? Like becoming an all-out chef, that kind of thing.
Inspiration. Well, it's mine is long.
We have the whole time.
Mine started when I was young.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like
how young?
How young? It's in the 80s. So maybe around 8, 10.
What?
Yes, because I had the interest in. I remember going to the kitchen. We used to live in Buru.
Yeah.
Going to the kitchen and I observe how ugali is being cooked.
Nice, yeah.
Vile nasongwa. I'm like, hey. And then later I'm interested to do it. And then, but also, partly the interest also came from the fact that my dad used to work at the carnival.
Okay. He was a chef at the carnival?
No, he was, by the time he left, he was assistant GM.
Okay, yeah.
But the thing about him specifically is he used to take us there. We used to go out there and as kids. So our as kids we were 3 then, and then the fourth born came a little bit later. But going there, we were exposed to food and cooking, like good food.
Exactly,
like proper,
amazing food.
Proper restaurant food.
Correct.
Like now, the age we are in, now we have many restaurants. We can forget the KFC, the chicken-ins.
The fast food.
We do have restaurants now, like proper, like they had cafes, the Javas. But back then, there wasn't much. So us having that exposure, like going there, like to swing, the actual swings that are still there, I remember as a child swinging on them. But the food part is that's I would say where my interest started, because we used to see stuff, broccoli, mishiri, French beans, they used to come at home. Like right now they are available anywhere and everywhere. Even on the streets, you'll find them like in abundance.
Correct.
But back then, that was not the case. But Dad used to bring them home.
Yeah.
And then at some point, we were excited when he would come and cook the dinner. Like leo ni siku yake ya kupika. So he comes in, and that time we're excited. That time when you look at mom's food, you're like, yeah, mom's food is...
Dude, let me ask you something. So you said at about the time you were like 8 years old over there, this was in Buru. So you used to go to the kitchen and watch your folks cook, for example.
Yeah, actually, it was the house help who was cooking. And I was,
So they would let you try cook as well?
Yes, I would actually ask. I'd be interested in doing it.
Yeah.
My dad used to host.
Yeah.
In terms of... I think the first of the January 1st, that was I think early 90s now. He used to host his work colleagues at our farm, and they used to come and do nyama choma, then the stuff, all that.
Yeah.
We were so I was seeing it happen, like the cooking, and all that.
What was easy for you to cook at that age?
I can't remember. The one thing. I remember there's another occasion that I don't know how it happened, but the wedding, it was a wedding thing. So I think my mom had agreed that the food would be cooked at our home. So I remember that day there was a lot of cooking happening. Then pilaus, like still kawab food,
I know.
wedding food.
Yeah.
I remember there was a lady who came to decorate the cake, like from the house. That one I remember because anything food I remember, because also when it comes to home science, I used to love it, especially
Me
that.
too. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Especially that part for food,
exactly.
which was like towards I think class 6, 7, 8.
Right. Yeah.
It was more of that.
Yeah.
So I was really interested. In fact, I remember going with stuff. Remember the produce that comes at home.
Yeah.
From
your farm.
From my dad used to bring stuff.
Okay, from work. Yeah.
And then put them in the fridge.
Yeah.
But though there was a lot of injustice that was done to them, to those produce.
Yeah.
How it was being cooked. The actual mashakura that we usually talk about. So mom used to cook them not in the right way.
Yeah.
So, but when you back to your question, when did it start? It was back then. I was interested in food and cooking.
That makes a lot of sense. So is this what you actually studied for?
Yes.
Talk about
which
that.
is later, because after high school, what happened is when he left Carnival, they opened together with my mom a restaurant on Kangundo Road, Kamulu. It was a big restaurant, like actually massive on that side.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
They closed, but it was big, and it was a
popular joint.
It was a popular joint. The only difference is back then that side was, anyone who knows Kamulu is not the Kamulu for back then, but it was also for me when I finished high school I was taking there. So we transitioned from being kids of the manager who is
you can set it up, bro, as you speak. Yeah, no problem.
Let me just end it. So when from now going to the carnival, and then now later we have our own place. Now you are working, but when we were going there, just when I was still in high school, we were being given chores in terms of if it's on holiday, we are there. Either somebody will be either doing something with the cashier, or somebody will be positioned, either me and my siblings. Go there. Don't just come here and just...
It's true, just hang around.
Hang around, do something.
Yeah.
But after high school, I was actually working there, like immediately after high school. Like even like after Form 4, deep end. And
kitchen?
Actually all over.
Oh,
kitchen,
okay, nice, that's nice.
Kitchen, like anywhere.
You know what I like about that, you get? Because your parents really exposed you to this industry from a very young age. Yeah?
So for me being in this industry, it's not by accident, it's by choice, and I knew what it was all about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So where did you study this whole cooking thing? Was it in Kenya or abroad?
No, when I was there, I was actually doing it practically.
Of course.
Working.
Yeah.
Yes, but later after it got business went down, and then there were other issues, and then it had to be closed. It had to be converted to a school.
Oh, okay.
But I went to Italy. To answer your question specifically, I went to Italy, but that was a little bit later. And when I was going to Italy, at first I went to work for a service, like waiter, service short course. And it was because there was an opportunity to go to the US. And I qualified. I did the course. They were only taking people who are from Italy. So even me with my short course, I actually qualified than the ones who are doing the full course for service. And then later, it didn't work out in terms of the visa. The whole visa thing, go there, they're like, you don't seem like you will come back. So in Kanyimwa visa. So I had to go back to the drawing board. And then I actually went back to the carnival as a waiter still. What I loved about that, it gave me now the professional work ethics and it was fun also. When you're working, especially in hospitality, you're doing it for the guest. You're not doing it for the tips. You're not doing. It's a service industry. You have to. But for me, it was good and it was fun.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I was working with people who knew me as a kid, as Mr.
They knew you from way back.
Yes, because most of them were actually the ones I was working with were actually hired by my dad.
Oh, interesting.
Anyway. Later is when I went to Italy. Now I wanted to do like the full course now, and I wanted now to do the chef course.
Yeah.
Food production.
Yeah.
Now it's called culinary arts. Same thing, but so I went there again. By the time I was going also to college, I knew what it was all about.
Yeah.
I'm not. My classmates. Like majority of them didn't know what food production it's all about.
I can imagine, because they were starting from the scratch, isn't it?
Yes, you are. It's either umeambia utalii is a good college.
Yeah.
Go there.
So let me ask you something. So while you were in school, I guess what would make you different from other guys? Not just the cooking part of it, but was it that you were more creative with the foods? Like you understood ingredients more? What made you better than other students?
In fact, if anyone is listening right now who knew me when I was in college, especially my classmates, they didn't like me because I'm Mjuaji.
You thought you're better than everyone.
Well, it's not because it's not about a thought. I knew.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was experienced.
Rightfully so.
Yes, I was. I knew how to. I knew I had knife skills. In terms of how to handle,
I can imagine.
Yes,
yeah.
When you tell me about boiling, sautéing, the methods of cooking, I already know them.
There you go.
So the questions I was asking when the lecturer is teaching or instructing us, I already understand what they are telling us. So whenever I'm asking a question, it's ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
But even back then, I knew. Okay. So that's that.
Yeah.
The knowledge, but also of course when you're doing it professionally, it's different.
Right.
It's actually a good thing to go to a good college or a good training because they now teach you the professional side of cooking. Because there's a chef and there's a cook. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
A chef is somebody who's trained, who has gone through the training, the formal training of a college and stuff. As opposed to a cook who may be just on the job trained.
Yeah.
So a professional chef, you start from the bottom and then these have the ranks like from the bottom going up to the executive chef or the yeah. So it's similar like any other profession, like I would say a doctor or even a pilot.
Yeah.
There's a professional side. Just because you know how to do things, there's now the formal training, which of course going to college, there's many things that I got to learn than what I thought I knew.
So let's keep it moving. When I see your work, especially on your social media, you're very popular, man. You've got a massive community of followers and believers and fans.
Yes.
And how you also communicate with your followers, or should I say even clients, you're very simplistic. You narrow down this whole art of cooking, isn't it?
Yes.
And I guess that's why people like you. So how do you balance between, the traditional form of cooking and our foods with a modern touch to it? I guess that's what even fascinates people about you. How do you balance the two?
Okay. First of all, for me to be able to do what I do, like the way you've said, the word I actually use, I Kenyanize recipes or cooking. You can go right now, Google a recipe. Even when I started, that was my intention. That you can actually Google a recipe right now, even back then, and you'll find it. But the ingredients, the method, the way it has been explained, it's foreign. So what I've learned to do over the years is, especially with the social media thing, what I've been doing is to bring it to a language that anyone and everyone can understand. Like, I calm down. There is a lot of jargon, in terms of French, the modern cuisine, the modern professional, it's mirrored on the French cuisine. In terms, the French are the ones who professionalized cooking.
Interesting.
So even in as much as, of course, there's now many other different types of cuisines, but it's the French that came up with that system of professionalism. So there's a lot of French words that will be, sauté. Sauté is French. Or other words. So when you go and Google a recipe or get it from a book, you will not understand some of the things. I'll look at a recipe and I will now tell you, hii ni waru, na kuku, na vegetables. There's that title, that name.
Yeah.
Sijui beef bourguignon. I think that's the way you say it, beef bourguignon. It's a stew. It's a French stew. It's cooked in wine. It has, but basically, I can tell you right now, ni nyama ya ng'ombe. Imepikwa na.
See, that's the thing I like about
yes,
you, bro.
and that's.
You bring it down to the ground.
Yes, and that's
man.
And the reason why I started doing that, I realized I need to do that for the masses.
Yeah.
Because after I left college, I went to the US and then later to the UK. And then right now there's a lot of people now going to the cruise ship. I did that.
True. Interesting. You worked at a cruise ship?
Yeah, I worked at a cruise ship at 2007 to 2010.
Yeah.
And that time it was hard because I was the only Kenyan, the only black guy. It was, but what I mean is, I realized when I was working abroad, one thing I noticed, like we all know the Food Network, for example. It's on DSTV.
Yeah, big show.
Yes, it's a channel.
It's a channel, yeah.
The whatever has made cooking and people appreciate the eating out culture and all that is TV. TV is what has made people appreciate the chef profession.
Yeah.
And, people want to go out.
Yeah.
As in the same way right now, if nowadays I see doctors even working from work, when you see somebody with a kabuti, you have a respect, especially if it's a doctor, in a doctor setup, for example. So same thing for the chef profession. You see somebody with a chef jacket, and you'll be proud even to walk around.
It's true.
Yes?
You trust them more.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I did is I wanted to bring that here.
Okay.
And I realized one of the, first of all, my ability, I knew I had the ability to teach, because not everyone can transfer the information from their brain to somebody else. So that's what I do. And that's why I bring it down to the normal person level.
Yeah.
And then...
So that's the reason you had a massive following, because, you made your work very relatable.
Yes.
You would translate all these majagons to, lugha ya kawaida,
Yes.
a typical Kenyan.
And then make you understand that it's not hard.
Exactly.
It's when you can cook nyama, like beef, depending on the cut, in less than 5 minutes. Like from raw to nakula.
In less than 5 minutes?
Yes.
Bro.
Or in 5 minutes, let's call it in 5. From kumekelea kwa pan.
Is that less?
Now it depends with the cut. So those are the technical things that that you get to learn when you're in school.
Yeah.
But we have all these things available. Like if you go to a supermarket, a Naivas or a Carrefour, you'll see the meat section.
Yeah.
You have fillet steak, for example. Fillet steak, it's meat that cooks in minutes, like depending on how you've cut it. If it's it doesn't need to take long to cook.
I love my fillets.
Yes. And it's tender, but then how first of all, a meat like that, you don't you don't make it into a stew. That one you pan fry it like nini, and then you enjoy.
Right.
But now all those things is what I try and do and share in terms of information. I do cooking classes. I come to you and then you learn.
That's amazing. You've been doing this for how long, the cooking classes?
Since that's one of the things I started doing when first of all, I quit being employed back in 2011. Because after I came back to Kenya, I was working at cafe, and then at some point I felt I need to do more than.
Right.
And that's why I started doing what I do in terms of teaching people how to cook.
So, Chef, let's take a short break. Guys, that is Chef Rafael. Today we're talking all things the evolution of Kenyan cuisine from traditional to modern. The modern plates, man. Sawa. So it's 8 minutes after 8. We're coming back in just a bit. Right now, Human Nature, Michael Jackson on a Freaky Friday.
94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.